So it is Monday morning and we're kicking off Monday with a problem. Little bit of a headache, little bit of a drama. I just had a customer call to say, I've seen your reviews in the last 24 hours. They're not very good. The car that I've just placed a deposit on, I've decided not to go ahead with the purchase. It is annoying, but at the same time, like, we have a group chat at Binker and I always put it in the chat. If we get a negative review, I'm like, guys, we've got a negative review. We need to learn from whatever the customer's saying. It's always good to listen to feedback. So I say good, super, super important. A customer recently, and we actually done a video about this, customer recently bought an A45 AMG. The gearbox went wrong. It's a sale or return car, which I sort of like and dislike sale returns. You're selling cars on behalf of people. The plus is you don't have to fund the cars, which is, you know, really, really good. But the negative is, I suppose, you don't have full control of the deal. But that aside, it's a lovely car. We've done all of our checks on it. It seemed like a really nice thing, but annoyingly, there was a fault with the gearbox. We just said, listen, we'll give you a full refund. Really, really sorry. He then bought a Range Rover. He said he had issues with that car. So he bought the A45 back, then sold bought the Range Rover, had issues with the Range Rover, never actually told us about any of the issues. And then he's just gone straight to the review section on the Binker Google page and said, look, I'm not happy about this, this and this. I've simply replied, said, listen, we're really sorry. I agree. This should be a 1-star review. It's annoying what's happened here. The Range Rover, we don't actually know about any of the issues because you're not told us, but let's have a chat about it. Let's sort it out. Whatever the problems are, like that car's come from a loyal customer of ours. Let's sort it out, right? So we're yet to hear back from him. Another one is, and this is quite a common scenario with us at Binker, is people come to Binker and they expect that Calvin's going to deal with them and Calvin's going to, you know, give them what they want. And when they ask for a reduction on the price or something to be done on the car, then they expect that Calvin's going to say yes. Unfortunately, that is not the case. And the reason why I'm doing this section of this video is because I want to manage people's expectations correctly. I do not deal with customers at Binker generally. I've got a team of staff. I used to deal with customers face on myself, but as my social media has grown, I've become more demanded with social media. People back home like watching my videos. Whilst I'm spending time with customers, unfortunately the videos, they sort of fell behind. This happened many, many years ago, and it's got to a point where I was like, should I put more energy into videos or go scrap the videos and put more energy into doing cars? I managed to balance the two pretty well, but the majority of my time now is of course filming videos. Staff manage Binker, right? I have a great team around me. They're all amazing. They're all on it. They're all learning. They're all adapting. They're all getting used to, you know, we've got new staff, we've got staff that have been there for years as well. They're all doing a great job. If you come to Binker and I don't have the time for you, please do not take that personal. It's not personal. I am a human and I'm unable to, 1, deal with everyone's DMs, 2, deal with everyone's emails, and 3, deal with every individual that comes to Binker. But I do make the absolute most effort like I possibly can to interact and chat to, you know, listen to people that I cross paths with in the streets and at Binker, right? If you give me a 1-star review because of that, then I'm okay with that, right? Because there's actually nothing I can do about it. I can't learn from that bit of feedback. I can't understand, like there's nothing new, there's nothing I can do. When we get a negative review, my team take it on board. They take it personally. It upsets the team, which is good. I like that about our team. They really, they're like, oh, I'm gutted. And, you know, I praise them when we get a good review, but then I do, you know, I criticize them when we get a bad one. I had a friend who's a car dealer, or have a friend who's a car dealer. He's got 12 5-star positive reviews, and he shouts about it, he boasts about it, and he sat down with a customer one day and he told this customer, I've got 5-star reviews, I'm really proud of them, and yeah, could you leave me a review after you bought the car? Customer didn't leave him a review. He drove the car for a bit. He had a small issue with the car many months down the line. He said to my friend who's a trader, look, if you don't fix my car, I'm going to give you a negative review. And the guy, my friend who's a trader, he rang me up. He's devastated. He's like, this guy's going to give me a negative review. And it turned out the guy actually did. He gave him a negative review. And I said to him, do you know what? So what? Like, if someone's going to hold a gun to your head to say, you need to do this. If you don't do this, I'm going to do this in return. Let them do it. It is what it is. You can't be perfect. My missus sometimes says to me, or has said to me in the past, Calvin, you like tomato soup. The majority of people like you, but the odd person don't like tomato soup, right? If you've got a business with perfect reviews, or you've got a business with horrendous reviews, and then thirdly, you've got a business somewhere in the middle, I think the business that's somewhere in the middle is a realistic expectation of where any business should be. That's what I think. And I have no intentions of trying to be perfect for every single one of my customers. Our rules are very, very simple. We stick by the rules of the car trade, and it works. But some people are unreasonable, and I have no control about what they're going to do when they get home on their computer and leave us a review. So bending over backwards and the customer's always right is not something that I'm willing to do, because it's not the case, unfortunately. We try our best in every situation to make sure that every single customer is happy, and we generally get it right every single time. But on the odd occasion, it doesn't work, and we do try our best to resolve that, okay? And that is really, really important. This customer that was buying this car, he comes to look at the weekend, he's decided that he doesn't want to buy it anymore. It is annoying, but at the same time, again, we are unwilling to bend over backwards. If he believes, or he's got a bad feeling, he decides he doesn't want to buy a car off us, it's absolutely fine. Got no intentions of trying to change his mind or warp his perception of us. I wish him the best of luck on his journey to finding a car, but for now, we're going to continue being us, and our intention is to basically be like tomato soup. But anyway, on that note, it's Monday. We've had a crazy busy weekend, lots of very happy customers, which is important. And lots of very happy customers do, of course, equate to lots of positive business, lots of profit in our side. So it's all good. Let's continue on Monday, let it all unfold. And the rest of the week, I'm sure there'll be more problems, more headaches, more hurdles, but hopefully some positive reviews. We've just been told in the Bingo group chat that we need to grab the camera. So let's go see what's going on. Sam, where's Jerome? Jerome just said grab the camera. Oh, he's there.
What?
You got some news?
You see that van?
Yeah, what is, oh right, sorry, the van in the group chat. So this van making silly noise.
Should we grab the kids, guys? Look.
What is it?
I don't know. I just literally see the video, so you grab the keys for me.
What's that, Sam? Is that a delivery? Before we see what's going on with the transit and we open up the parcel. Has that one just come in, Sam?
No, it's a customer's one.
Oh right, were you test driving it?
He's brought it back. There's been an issue, so
That's good. What's the issue?
ABS right.
So we're going to fix it, yeah? Sorted. Golf R there?
He wants to sell that actually.
Really? It looks... That car is well overdone for my liking, but
A bit too much.
there's a market for it.
I think if you change the wheels, it maybe look a bit more factory, wouldn't it?
Is it categorised?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
We've got to do a car vertical check on it. Let's just do one on it. Big thanks to Car Vertical, sponsoring this video, by the way. I'll link them in the description below. When you buy a car, do a car vertical check, and use my code CCD to get 20% off. I'm checking it now, it's loading right now. And what you'll discover when you do a car vertical check is hopefully everything's all good. But you might also discover there's a problem. I can hear that transit from here.
It's not even running. What is that?
What is that? What is it, the horn or the alarm? It's the alarm, isn't it?
It's the alarm. It must have a flat battery.
That is jokes. I've never heard that before.
That is funny.
Well,
He's charging, isn't it?
so that ain't a big problem. That's good.
That's good.
So the transit, the problem of the transit. But the reason why I thought you said bring the camera, by the way, is because apparently Sam's just bumped one car into another car.
Yeah, but he don't want to get it on camera.
Okay.
He just said, move the camera away.
Oh, really?
Quick, no one can see this.
All right. So we'll, yeah, Sam's apparently,
Yeah, he's a good driver.
he's a good driver.
And it does happen.
He's a good person.
He doesn't want to be embarrassed.
He's a great member of staff. He doesn't want to be embarrassed. So whatever the issue, I don't know what's happened, but apparently something's happened over there. And Sam doesn't want it to get on camera. Here we go, the Golf R. Do you reckon that Golf R's all clear?
Oh. No, it's categorised.
That car is all green ticks.
No way.
Yeah, mileage is all good. It's got no finance in it, no previous damage. Total of 5 owners found.
What's the mileage in it?
The mileage is, the latest one was in April this year, 89,544. So it's done a few miles.
Yeah.
The reason why Jerome just said that he thinks it's categorised, because I also thought the same. By the way, I'll show you an example of what you don't want to see when you do a car vertical check. There you go. And as a reminder, we'll link them below. When you see a car that's been that, I say heavily modified, almost, what's the word?
I think I know what you mean. You're trying to make up for...
It looks like, especially when wheels have been changed for wheels that are like unfamiliar wheels maybe. It just, you've got to question it. When a car's been modified to that level, you've got to think, well, sometimes people crash cars, and instead of putting it back to factory standard, instead of buying an original set of Pretorias, which are expensive, for example, they'll go and buy a set of wheels from Halfords or whatever that are cheaper and like more affordable to get the car back on the road. So as soon as you see a car that's modified to that level, or I do as a trader, I do look in detail. In fact, the Merc over there that's parked next to it, or was parked next to it, is a prime example. That car there is categorised. In fact, I'll show you the car vertical check of that car now. I think that's category S, that car. That's a prime example, because that car probably would have been in an accident. Well, it was in an accident, as you can see from the car vertical check, and it was repaired. And when they repaired it, they must have thought, you know, let's put some AMG wheels on it. Let's put some AMG Edition 1 stickers on it. Let's put a front splitter on it. So yeah, all that stuff is stuff that you wouldn't have done if you didn't crash it. So therefore, as a trader, we do question that kind of stuff. So if you get this parcel open, big thank you to Prime, the drink plug, for sending out, apparently that you can win £1 million. They're doing like £1 million giveaway. So they sent us out some £1 million primes.
When are we going to do an On It edition?
We need to do an On It drink of some kind, don't we? On It energy drink.
Yeah,
that'd actually be wicked. I do like the idea of that. I like the idea of On It gym wear as well. I think that would do quite well. I think it would be light, but an On It energy drink would be cool. For now, we've got Prime. It is Tuesday. You're right, Amar. It is Tuesday, and the Golf GTI keys. One that we're giving around Planet Dreams. Amazing car. So we're up in my office in a minute because we've got I sold a private plate yesterday. We've got literally loads of private plates, so one of them sold. And off the back of that, I thought, let me use this money and try and buy something else. So there's actually a DVLA auction today, and my guy John at regplates.com, he just said, Cal, if you want me to put any bids in, let me know. I've put in a bid on a plate, and I've put a cheeky bid in. It's quite a good plate. I'll show you it shortly. When I know if we've bought it or not. So yeah, that's why we're up here. Also, a car's just arrived at Binker. This is a car that it was on the channel many months ago. It's been off site for months because it's had quite a big issue. So I'm quite keen to go and check that out as well. Just take the Golf GTI keys downstairs just in case. So also, I was just on our new website because at Binker, we've had a rebrand, which I'm massively excited about. We've been doing it behind the scenes over the last few months. Obviously, we've just painted the building, so it's going to involve over time getting new signage, new posters in reception, new clothing as well. We're going to be getting all of this over the coming months. The priority first was getting the new website done. And our website is, of course, hosted on our own platform, which is enterreg.com. So Enterreg is the trade software, and then car dealers across the country have all got their own website on Enterreg. So you can go on there, you can make your website. We redone the templates and redone, obviously with the rebrand of Binker, I've redone all the templates on Enterreg, and we've now got the newest, latest and greatest Enterreg website. And the impact that it's had on our sales has been unbelievable. The amount of extra finance leads that we're having now. I'm just on this BMW M6. And the layout of the website it's just cleaner, it's better. You can apply for finance, basic stuff really, but you can apply for finance within the advert as well. And we're just getting a lot more finance leads coming through. Which is also why I want to go and have this conversation about this car that's downstairs, because we're kind of heading further and further into retail. Because as we started, the majority of our business was trade to trade, but as we've grown, you know, we don't need to be in a rush to get out of these cars all the time. Although I do love a bit of trade to trade because it is good. We've actually had a really good day today. It's currently 3:20. We've done a bit of filming on the Golf GTI, and I'm wandering in this direction because this car here, the Mitsubishi Delicious. Should we call it Delicious? Cool car. I bought this off my friend Mark McCann. I was like, Mark, let's do a video at your house buying a car from you. So he's like, yeah, whatever, what do you want to buy? So just something cheap and cheerful. I'm not really too bothered. I want to get out, buy a car off you, and just have a chat with you about your car collection. An amazing video it made. Go and check it out. If you didn't see it, definitely go and check it out. It's an incredible video. And he had this out the back of his yard. I say his yard, his back garden. And I was like, that's cool. Tell me the story about it. So he told me the story. Basically, he imported two of them, this one and a black one. And he needed a lot of money for the black one. So this one was half the price. It was $4.5 grand. He's imported it. Done nothing with it, he just imported it into the country because he likes it. I looked at it and thought, it's lovely, like it's got a snorkel at the front, it's got the wide arch kit on it, it's got the big chunky tyres, it's clean inside. I was about to open the door on this side, but it doesn't actually have a door on this side, which I didn't realise. The door's on the other side. Even the fact that it's white, like generally Japanese imports in white, it's a better colour. Alpine's speaker in the back there, show everyone, Amar, show everyone. Even look at the seats, look at the layout of the interior. 6-seater, I just looked at it and thought, this is cool. So we bought it that night, and we've done a car vertical check on it straight away after buying it, or during buying it, and realised it was, I think it's Cat C. I'll put this car vertical check on the screen now. Mark was like, Cal, that's what it owes me, so just buy it or don't buy it, up to you. I was like, that's fine, I'll buy it. We then jumped in it to attempt to drive it home, didn't we?
It was a long old night.
It was a long night, man. I can't even remember what happened. I think the brakes were seized because it had been sat there. So then we drove up the road to the petrol station and ended up coming back. I was like, Mark, this ain't happening. We have to just leave it here and get it recovered back. We ended up leaving it there. We eventually got it recovered back to Binker, and then we drove it properly for the first time and it overheated. So I was like, oh, you're joking. We've since had it up the garage up the road. They've put a new head on it because apparently the heads are a bit of an issue on these. We had head gasket done, new head on it, had the head skimmed, put it all back together. It took many months to get done. What's going on over there? Must be Sammy polishing a car. Eventually got it done, had a bit of a drama of sourcing the parts and so on. Got a bill for it to get the engine done. The bill was a total of £3,000. I paid £4.5 for the car, discovered it's category C, then paid £3,000 for the bill to get it repaired. We then put it in for an MOT yesterday, right? And it failed the MOT. Guess what it failed on? Japanese car, right? See these little brown bits here, Cal? You see that tape? That tape was to cover the brown stuff. That brown stuff is the reason why it failed the MOT. It's rotten underneath, basically. Not terribly rotten, but it is rotten. So it's gonna need some welding now to get it through the MOT. No idea how much the welding's gonna cost. Oh, the wipers were another issue, weren't they, Emma? Because
it was raining.
it was chucking it down with rain. It was trying to replace the wipers and take the wipers off the black one. In the end, I was like, do not forget this. I want to go home. I'm going to just pay a recovery driver to come pick it up. So I think we paid a driver, I can't even remember how much. We bought this and another banger off him, which we ended up scrapping as well. 300-400 quid to get them picked up. And yeah, the car there basically now needs welding, which I was basically just having a chat with my brothers. I was like, we need to do something positive with this car. I don't know what that positive thing is yet. It is not going on Planet of Dreams. They was like, you've got to put it on Planet of Dreams. I'm not putting it on Planet of Dreams. But if you've got any ideas what you think we should do with the Delicia, because I think it's cool. I genuinely think it's a cool car. I love it, and I can see why Mark originally bought it himself, because it's got, you know, it's got appeal, it's got character. So if you've got any ideas for the Delicia, do let me know. I'm going to get it all welded up, get it back on the road at long last, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. The reason why I wanted to touch base with that car is because newer cars, of course, are generally less problematic. That car is an N-Reg, which is what, 1995. Mitsubishis are obviously, they build good cars, but older cars, even like this, when I got offered this at the show, I was like, it's an old car. The beauty about this car is, whilst we stood here next to this car, in fact, I think you undo the bonnet under it.
You guys reach down here and do that rather than in the...
He definitely went under this arch to open it. Either way, I'm going to show you B-rolls of the underneath of the bonnet of this car, right? It is stunning. So it's got a modern engine in it, a modern gearbox. It's obviously still an old 1990 Mark II Golf GTI, but it is a lovely example. The paintwork on it is beautiful. So this is probably a bad example of what to expect for an old car. But old cars, obviously, I say that, you know, there's plenty of reliable old cars, but we're trying to, do, where we can, push into retail. Now, we started Binker Retail many, many years ago. We've now merged both websites. We had binkerretail.co.uk, we had binker.co.uk. They've now just become binker.co.uk because loads of people from the channel specifically were going to the Binker website and discovering that we didn't have no retail cars in it. So now we've put the red, amber, green system on the Binker website, put it all into one. Finance is available on there as well. And the conversion of leads, or the conversion of or the quality of leads that we're getting through the website now are so much better. It's had a positive impact on sales instantly, literally since the day the website went live. It's something that we should have done many, many years ago, but because of the nature of the, I suppose, the core of what Binker is, right now, car auction, we started off as a trade-to-trade platform. It's just how things have unfolded. So, yeah, want to be buying more, I say more, we buy more modern cars anyway, but sort of 10 grand upwards. I want to start pushing for sale returns. If anyone out there's got any sale returns, I say sale returns, second cars of higher value that you want to part with, that you kind of want to get the right money for. There's maybe something that's a bit special or whatever. Reach out to us. We want to sell your car for you. If you've got anything that you feel like suited to us at Binker, then definitely give us a shout. We've got all the facilities to sell it, and we will get you the right money for your car. I'm wondering over here because we've got this Mercedes C350, Range Rover Evoque there. We sell loads of Evoques. They are an example of a not very reliable modern car. They do have their common issues. I think the 2.2s are more reliable than the 2 litres, right, Sammy? But the demand on the open market is unreal. So we do sell a lot of Land Rovers in general, but the Evokes, they're good news. In fact, there's an Evoque there, and there's another one over there. Loads of Evokes. Also, we've sadly had to let a member of staff go today. A little bit annoying. On that note, we've got the spares van delivering parts there. All right, mate.
Who?
So we had a member of staff who was one of our mechanics. He was a bit inconsistent, a little bit unreliable. He had stuff going on, whatever. That's that aside. He didn't turn up to work last week, and I think he's just decided that for whatever reason the job's not for him, which is fine. And we've also agreed that for the same reasons he's probably not best placed at Binker. So we need to find a good full-time tech at Binker. The mechanics side of things, as we've grown, it's quite new to the business. We started the mechanical stuff, I think this year, didn't we, Amar?
Yeah, not that long.
Probably the beginning of this year. It's grown. The demand for work here at Binker's grown. We usually, in previous years, and up until recent times, we've always outsourced all of the work. We just need to grow the team here at Binker so we can take on as much work as we possibly can on site. It's super convenient. It's so much better. We're getting more and more established over there. So although it's, you know, our lad that's no longer with us, that sounds bad. He is with us on planet Earth, but no longer with us at Binker. It's annoying that he's not with us anymore. But on the plus side, it's, you know, the start of a new journey. Going to find someone else and someone good. And hopefully, do you know what would be cool? Getting mechanical stuff done at Binker, wouldn't it, Amar? Yeah. Imagine we could do that. If we had a wheel VRS at Binker, which is why I said about doing a VRS MK here at Binker.
That would be a good idea.
We've got the premises for it. We've got the units. You know, that unit there is bigger than VRS in Northampton. So we can definitely do it. Whether we do it or not, I don't know. So yeah, let's go see if we've got this private plate. In fact, my phone's just gone. That is not him. It's actually him. What's the chances of that? Oh, I've been outbid. Should we bid again? Got to bid again. Have to bid again. Yes, bid again. Go for it. Go for it. All right, hold on, he's typing. He's typing. That's the plate.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Do you prefer that one or the current one or that one?
My current one is much better than that. But the thing with the name Calvin is there is no way of spelling it. So I just saw that, and my DM's been going mad on Instagram. Thanks to everyone who thought of me when they saw that plate in auction, by the way. It's going through. We sold one yesterday, so we've got a bit of sort of number plate money, if you like, in the bank. So I've just put a bid in on that of a maximum bid of £600. The lot sold on the hammer for 520 quid. So I haven't actually had the final invoice yet, but there'll be fees and VAT and stuff on top of that, but I'll put it on screen now. There we go. And all I'll do with that plate is, I mean, I might keep it, but it's more than likely I'm just going to put it up for sale. It's just a bit of stock, but you never know. The day might come where I want to put that plate on a car. I don't know, but it's a Calvin plate. It is a Calvin plate. It's a low budget Calvin plate.
Who has the original Calvin plate?
What, the C4 LVN?
Yeah.
No.
That would be so sick of that on.
That's the one I want. That is the one I want. So it's out there somewhere, but we can't track it down. But for now, I've got C3 LVN. I've got that one now as well, which I'm really pleased about. And there, like I said, there ain't no way of spelling Calvin in a number plate with ease anyway. So we've got a couple of good plates there, haven't we? Part of the collection. And I don't know. It's a bargain. It's a bargain on it. So anyway, yeah. I was going to say something about sleep, but forget about sleep. Who needs sleep when we've got food? Isn't it, Amar? And it is Wednesday, and I'm wandering over here because Delicia, in fact, Sam's over there, photographing the car. What are you doing? Getting some pictures of that car? You getting some pictures of that car, yeah? I noticed the C-Class Merc's got a new front splitter, Sam. Apparently Sam's just bumped one car into another car.
Yeah, but he don't want to get it on camera.
He doesn't want to talk about it. Okay, it looks good though. A nice front split on the C-Class Merc. Not this one, the grey one in the unit. The Delicia, we've got a new lad, I think he's starting today or maybe tomorrow, who does mechanical stuff. So we had this chat about losing a mechanic this week. We've got a new guy starting. They're not the same sort of, they don't have the same ability, but one of the new guy's abilities is welding. So he's going to do the welding on the Delicia. Good first job for his first day at work. So I say day, it might take more than a day, we'll see, but we're going to get that on the RAM at some point and have a look over that as well. So I'm wandering over here as well because he was talking about Range Rover Evoques yesterday, and funny enough, we sold this one yesterday, so that one we're just taking the deposit on that. That's going to be going out. Private plate, I bought that private plate, put it on my Insta story last night for 1,200 quid, and so what's that, a margin of about £500, and got loads of messages. Just put on there, cheap Calvin plate, anyone want to buy it, 1,200 quid. Loads of messages, and I was like, I don't even know if I want to sell it now, and I've got a guy who's desperate to buy it. And it got me thinking about this, the value of money, right? I've always looked at 500 quid like it's a lot of money, I still do today, but sometimes in business, if you look at something like 500 quid like it's a lot of money, that can actually hold you back, because you'll do a deal and you'll think, you know, I'll do that for 500 quid, no problem at all. But it could have been £2,000 in that deal. You could have done yourself out of pocket by valuing that £500. It's always important not to overvalue money and look at the value or the potential value of a deal. In this case with a number plate, the plate itself is really difficult. It's very difficult to put a price on any number plate because every single one of them is super unique. The name Calvin ain't a very common name. I know myself as a person with the name Calvin that it's difficult to find a Calvin plate. But then I did think that, and I thought, well, maybe parting with that plate is something that I don't want to do, but I don't know. Point being, don't always jump at the first deal. I know this is a bad example because I've asked for that amount of money, but if something's potentially worth more, then try and get that more money for it, if you can afford to. But also, be realistic about the value of an item. That plate might only be worth 1,200 quid. So I don't stand in and be like, oh, I want more money for it. Well, you're a dickhead if you think you want more money for something that's only worth 1,200 quid. Be happy with £1,200. I'm wandering in here because unit's looking busy. It's looking packed, the yard's looking packed. We've got loads of cars. We've got the A4 that we took in off private seller. That's the guy that had the Mark II Golf. So again, it's just nice to walk into the unit and see all these nice cars. M6 there, the RS3 for Planet Dreams. Over here we've got the M2, which we spoke about in a recent video. We bought that for private seller. We've actually got a customer coming down today to sell an M2, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm over here because this really extremely dusty RS3, we're going to be pulling this out to give it a clean because the Binga dust has just attacked it for whatever reason. This car here, I was looking at RS3s online myself last night, and I came across this car and I looked at it and thought, what a lovely car, what a nice thing, £24,000. I think it's done 30-something thousand miles. I just like the black and silver look. I love the way, the silver wheels, the silver front trims and silver window. I know that's kind of like, I feel like it's coming back. I was going to say it's kind of not the thing, is it? It's all about black pack. That A4's got the black pack. It looks good. Every car looks good with a black pack. That's a guarantee. But with the silver rear diffuser, the silver window trims, I like all of that. I think that looks so good, that car. In fact, the reason why I was looking at it was I was thinking, everyone seems to be loving RS3s on Planet Dreams at the minute. I thought, well, let's try and buy another one. And I saw that. I looked at it and thought, that's good value for money. Something else I want to touch on is I was in the gym this morning and I bumped into a trader that we work with, and he bought a car off us a couple of days ago. He's like, Cal, I've got to say, I've got an invoice from you. I see your new brand on the invoice. I was like, yeah, we've had a rebrand. He said, it's just so good. You lot are on it, ain't you? You're just always trying to do a better job of stuff, trying to, improve where you can. I was like, you know what? That's exactly what we do. Constantly trying to make things better. And as a rule, I try to push everything forward in any way that I can. But also, and I say this a lot in videos about the car trade, the challenging thing with the car trade is balancing buying stock with development on business, because your priority is putting money into stock all the time. Whilst you've got money in stock, so if I buy this car here, whatever we paid for this, £11,000-12,000 or whatever it was, you then, that's the priority, because that's going to earn you money, and spending money on your site doesn't necessarily earn you money. Doing the rebrand is something that we've wanted to do for a long time. There's still a lot more cost involved going forward, like I say, with signage and stuff like that, the new website and everything. It costs a lot of money, but it is so important to try and balance the two. When you're in a stock-based business, it is far more difficult to do that than when you're in a service-based business. If you're a service-based business, funding or the development of your business is far easier. So with us, stock is always priority. The reason why I'm wandering upstairs is I want to show you something. The stock is always priority, but also development. It's also important not to undervalue development, because development does actually offer your business, obviously, a lot of value. Now, This bag here, this bag is a pile of certificates. These are all my brands, these are all my trademarks. I'm constantly trying to push forward with all of our brands in any way that I can constantly. The one that gets the least amount of attention, I would say, is NAFCO 54. The reason for that is one, because organically people just love it and it finds sales all the time. People are finding that brand, buying clothing. It's nostalgia. People look for it, they find it, realise it exists, and they buy clothing. Two, which is more importantly for me, is it's kind of outside of cars. Everything I do is in and around cars. We're at Binker every day, we're buying cars, for whether it be for Binker, for Planet of Dreams, through Enter Reg, for the car buying shop. All of these are our brands, and they're all, you know, stuff that I want to keep pushing. So whether it be, you know, a bit of a conversation on YouTube, buying a car, whatever, I'm constantly looking to push all of our brands. So we've got Binker, we've got Calvin's Car Diary. That was a pain. Getting the trademark for Calvin's Car Diary was a pain. So at the minute, the reason why I'm mentioning this, by the way, is because we're now doing a whole load of new trademarks for the Binker brand. So, you know, you want to secure your brands as you go, because it's really, really important. Because we have trading history with Binker as a brand anyway, it's dead straightforward getting a trademark, to sort of have a rebranded trademark. But it's still important to do it. Planet of Dreams, NAFCO 54, of course. That's a massive one. What one was I talking about back there? And I was saying, oh yeah, Calvin's Car Diary. That one was extremely difficult because we got a rejection, or an objection even, from Calvin Klein, the clothing brand. They were like, look, you can't just come along and have the name Calvin. I was like, listen, we're a YouTube channel, so I'm not looking to start selling underwear, don't worry. Hashtag Free Friday, that's been secured as well. We still do, obviously, it's not Free Friday anymore, it's free every day. So on Planet Dreams, you can enter for your chance to win stuff for completely free, and we announce winners every single day at 9 PM. So the whole Free Friday thing, you know, we still own the brand, and it's something that I'm quite proud of, but it's not something that we really use anymore. Dreams, as in Planet Dreams, Binker, CCD, on it. I say on it, and on that note, the word on it as well, we own the word hashtag on it, because we're on it. Obviously, if you want to buy yourself on it, anything, available at calvinscardiary.com. By the way, the red insignia estate there, what sort of car does that look like? That there is a fire safety car. So we've had a whole fire safety inspection this morning at Binker, just doing the obvious, you know, checking for fire extinguishers, smoke alarms, fire alarms, that type of thing, just keeping everything secure. Again, back to like development of business, this is stuff that you almost, of course you do consider it, you do think about it, but it's stuff that you've got to keep on top of as your business grows. As we're growing as a business, like, I ain't done this before, we've grown a lot, we're far bigger than we were obviously 5 years ago. We're just growing year on year, and as a result of growing year on year, we're trying to, you know, we've got to adapt, and the business has got to suit the size it is. So yeah, he's going to do us a whole inspection report and let us know where we're falling behind, and let us know how we can improve. Golf GTI owner's just messaged me, or previous owner. He's given me the login details to the Instagram account for that car. So whoever wins that car is going to get the actual Instagram account for the car. And yeah, I think it's worth giving it a little follow, just to follow the journey of the GTI. So it's Thursday morning, Leon's on reception at the minute. Got a customer out in the yard actually. He's Kai's friend from school's dad. He's buying his other son his first car, which is cool. It's nice, you know, it's nice to know that his first car is going to be bought from Binker. But the reason why I'm walking in here is because the customer bought us some boxes of broken biscuits yesterday. And for those that know about the story behind the broken biscuits, I done a video recently where we talked about, by the way, we're waiting for an Uber. We're heading out today. Because I said in a video, when you buy a pack of broken biscuits, and you get home and you open them and you realise that they're broken and you're disappointed for some reason, then you're an idiot, because it says clearly on the box they're broken biscuits. You would have bought them for a less of a price. Obviously, you get a lot more for your money. You get them big boxes for the same price as you'll get a double pack of digestives, for example. The point being is, the same with cars, is sometimes you'll sell a car and it would have an issue. Say, we won't use a Delicia as an example. Say it was the yellow car buying shop car there. That car is a non-runner. You sell it to someone as a non-runner, you're delivering the correct expectation for the car, but in some cases you'll get someone buy that car and they'll be like, I'm disappointed. Why are you disappointed? Because it doesn't work. And then you, off the back of that, you get a disappointed customer for whatever reason they're disappointed, and they get reviews. So you're constantly trying to balance people's expectations whilst being as transparent as possible. It is quite challenging, but yeah, it's quite funny. We talked about all of this in a video, and the customers bought me some broken biscuits. Me as like growing up with little to no money, I say little to no money. My mum was skint, single parent, 5 kids. Mum didn't have much at all. Broken biscuits were a very familiar or a common thing in our house. I don't know why I've walked over here. There's something over here I was going to talk about. But yeah, they're a very common thing in our house. So for me, I love a broken biscuit. Not that I eat many nowadays, because, you know, you've got to keep on it. But the story behind the broken biscuits, that's the point. Uber's going to be here in 3 minutes. So what we're doing is we're heading over to EAG Specialist Cars today, because we've had an issue with the M5, and basically there's a rattle on the suspension, and we think it's to do with the fact that, you know, the shocks that are on the car don't like the fact that the car's lowered, because we've tried everything and it's just not happening. So the solution's going to be replacing the suspension at some point. Either going back to stock, we can do that and it will solve the rattle, or I don't really want to do that because it looks amazing, or find a company to work with that we can get some suspension, like a full set of suspension put on the car. So I've just messaged a company now. I reckon they're going to be on site. It's a brand that I've spoke to but never worked with before. We're going to go over to EAG, pick up the M5 and the M3 that's on Planet of Dreams. That would have been given away by the time this video goes live. For the customer with the broken biscuits, he actually part exchanged his 1 Series in, which is here somewhere. It's like a 116i, but it looks like an M135i. It's got twin exhausts. Looks really, really cool. It's parked here yesterday. Did you see it, Mark? Yeah, that is it there. Really, really cool. They're the old MV2 alloy wheels from the E46s, isn't they? The rear end of it looks unreal. Someone will love that within our audience, and I hope the Qashqai is a good car for the customer as well. So tiredness is another note I've written down. Tiredness. I am mega tired, I'm not going to lie. I have not slept much at all last night. Obviously we recently had a baby, and it is the most children are the most amazing thing on the planet. Like birth, rebirth, you know, it's magic. It's magical, it's beautiful. And during the last couple of weeks, obviously sleep's been an issue. Like I haven't been getting nowhere near as much sleep as I usually would. To be fair, my missus is dealing with it all, but understandably or naturally, sleep's getting disturbed still. And I'm one of these people, I get woken up, I lay awake and I think. I'm constantly thinking all the time. So not only is my sleep getting disturbed, I'm using it as almost an opportunity to think about stuff, write down notes about stuff. So, but the point is, I just want to do more all the time. I want to be busy. The reason I'm saying is because having a baby and trying to fit a baby into this crazy lifestyle that I've already got is probably, like, logic would tell you that that's a crazy thing to do, but my feeling inside is it's the best thing that I could possibly have done. Like having another child, or just having, I don't want to be busy doing fun stuff, I want to be busy doing productive stuff. And having a child, I'm building my family, I'm building my heart, I'm building love, I'm building a feeling, I'm building, you know, so much for myself and everyone around me. So for me, it's worth this little bit of tiredness that I'm feeling today, which I say little bit, I'm feeling quite drained, is I'm happy about it, basically. And I reckon that's our taxi now. So let's jump in the car, head over to EAG, see the M5, or grab the M5, and see this M3. So we're just in the back of a taxi, and Amar's just on TikTok scrolling, and this story with Nico, the watch dealer, has come up on his TikTok, and he's bought a supercar recently from a car dealer, and he's done a whole video about it. And I've seen the video. So Amar said to me, "Have you seen this on TikTok?" And I said, "No, I've actually seen the whole YouTube video." He said, "What's your take on it?" So the story is, or seems to be, Nico's sent £270,000 for a Lamborghini Aventador, and he sent that money direct to the actual private owner direct, because the car dealer said, "Look, can you just send it to the customer direct?" So Nico's obviously thought, yeah, that's fine, I'll just send it to him direct, which is actually a complete cut. I'll be honest with you, it's a mistake, and Nico knows that. So that's now effectively a private sale. He's been introduced that car from a car dealer. He hasn't bought it directly off the car dealer. But in fairness to Nico, I probably would do the same thing. If I was buying a car in trust, in good faith, I buy with trust a lot. That's how I work as a person. And I think in the business world, I think that's what you need to do. So he's just, the dealer might have said to him, "Look, he's sending the money." He said, "That's fine." And then the dealer might have just charged the private seller a fee, say the fee's £20,000 or whatever, I don't know what the fee is. And he's done it anyway. He said, "Yeah, that's fine, I'll do it." And it's caused himself a problem. Now in the car trade, there's such thing as long distance selling rights, and I don't deliver cars. You can only buy a car from me at my site, on my premises. We won't sell a car and then deliver it, because the simple reason is the consumer, the purchaser, has so many rights. So if I sell a car and it's got a problem in a couple of months' time, and the customer is not happy with the car for whatever reason, they can return it even after 2 months for a full refund, no charges, nothing, and I have to go and pick the car up from their address. Nico was in another country, I don't know what the other country was, but he was in Europe somewhere. Again, I don't know if this is, although I've seen the whole story, I think this is the story. He's received delivery of the car in another country, he's never seen it before, it's arrived, and he's not happy with it, right? He's like, this is wrong with it, that's wrong with it, the engine management light come on, and at that point, you are well within your rights to just back the car. Because he bought it privately, essentially, he has no rights. It then, in my opinion, becomes about money over morals. And me as a dealer, I'd be like, look, legally you've got no leg to stand on. You've got I can't do nothing, right? You bought it off a private seller, tough luck. It is what it is. But morally, that's completely wrong. I'd be like, I don't care what the legal stand is on this deal. I don't care whether I can turn my back to you, because morally, you bought this car from me. This is a car that you bought from me. I've introduced you to this car. However you've paid for it, I don't care. That is completely irrelevant. But the issue is, as a dealer, to stand on that deal. Like for me, if I sell a car, my cars generally, I'll say the average value of one of my cars is maybe £15,000, right? For me to stand on that and say, oh, I'll stand on this deal and I'll give you a refund of 15 grand, it's quite easy. It's not a lot of money in the realms of things. When a deal's £270,000, I'm not saying that like that might be a small amount of money to the dealer, I don't know, but I would assume that that's a large amount of money to stand on that deal and say, look, I'm going to stand by what's morally correct here, and I'm just going to send you the full refund, and I'm going to take the car back, and I'm going to deal with the private seller myself, because I'm the one who's fully responsible for this deal. That for the dealer to do that, that's a big financial responsibility to take, and I get it. But unfortunately, when you're dealing with these bigger deals or bigger cars or higher value items, they do come with higher responsibility. And to unwind that deal, which is, it sounds like that's what needed to be done. I say this, and like I keep saying, I don't know the full story, so I can't even. I'm just saying this from what I see of the face value of the video, right? But take full responsibility of the deal, unwind the deal. Then you've now got a sticky and annoying situation with the private seller, but it's a solvable situation one way or another. Maybe the private seller is completely at fault here. The private seller's somehow, I know he's an innocent private seller and the customer's always right, but the private seller's managed to flog this car for strong money by the sounds of things. I don't know. I don't actually know if it was strong, forget that. The private seller's managed to flog this car for probably a good amount of money. I don't know what the value of the car is, but they would have known it's got issues, surely, if it had issues. Again, there's so much hearsay. We can all sit here and say, this is what's happened, and so-and-so has been stitched up, and he's a wrong one, and blah, blah, blah. It's impossible to judge it perfectly, but judging, just reading between the lines and just seeing the story for what we see of that one side, it sounds like the deal just needs to be unwound. And the dealer just needs to have a chat with the private seller about getting the car sorted, getting it back up for sale, and getting it sold as a correctly prepared car. Simple as that. That's it. We are here now. Let's give the man a tip. Yeah, see in a bit. It's Ben, the famous Ben from V12. What's the chances of that? So we just jumped out of the taxi. We arrived at EAG, but I've just had an email because we had that fire safety report. And basically, Binker is dangerous. So it doesn't actually say that anywhere in the report, but I thought I'd dramatise it a little bit. It's standard stuff on YouTube. It's not dangerous. He just said, look, we don't need to do any more visits, but I've given you a list of advisories, if you like, of what we should be doing going forwards. And I think, off the back of seeing this report, I thought about hindsight, because hindsight's a wonderful thing. I know that's like an obvious saying, but I was just thinking about this deal with Nico and the car dealer. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. A lot of people would say, oh, you shouldn't have sent that money like that. You shouldn't have sold that car like that. You shouldn't have sent it to somewhere in Europe. Just, you know, there's a lot of things that you shouldn't have done. But the world of life and business, if you stuck to these rigid rules all the time, you wouldn't actually get anywhere in life. You wouldn't be able to move. So in the car trade, in a lot of business, you're constantly doing things that you're perhaps not supposed to do. But you know, you use your logic, you use your head a little bit, and you do get by, and it generally makes complete sense. in that situation, unfortunately, it hasn't worked out. But hindsight, like I say, is a wonderful thing. And likewise with this inspection report, like, I'm glad we've had it done. It's amazing. It looks like we're lacking in a few places. Lack of detectors is the most important one. So we've got a lack of fire detectors. I think when we took the building on, that we've occupied more of the space ourselves as like with staff. So therefore, as a result of that, that space that's now occupied that wasn't previously occupied, because it did come with a fire safety report and it was all passed and it was all clear. But now, because we've occupied more of the yard or more of the premises, those areas need to have a bit more attention as far as fire safety is concerned. And hindsight is a wonderful thing in this situation as well, because God forbid if something ever happened there and we didn't have this done, you'd be like, God, I should have had a detector in that building, I should have. But you're constantly trying to move forward, you're constantly trying to adapt, trying to change, trying to make things happen, keep everyone happy, keep the business rolling, and same with this supercar deal as well. Sometimes things do get overlooked, and I'd love to be completely rigid and completely perfect and Mr. Perfect and stick by every single rule, but it's tough to do that, and there's a lot of people watching this who are business owners and you'll know that, but along the way you're constantly learning as well. I think that's an important factor, and as long as you are learning, you're listening, you're adapting and you're creating and making things and improving even, and making things better, that is the most important thing. And you just got to hope that behind you there is nothing but a positive trail behind. So that's the idea anyway. There's Richard there. We're going to we're getting the M5, we're going to go see this the M3 as well. And yeah, V12 are here. Shout out V12. V12 stock funded. They're on it. On it. Look at all these M cars. Amazing here, isn't it? F90 M5. What a car that is. What a car. And there's our M3 there under a cover. In fact, I didn't even show you what it looked like before. So this is what that car looked like before. And this is what it looks like now. EAG have absolutely smashed it. This car has now been given away on Planet of Dreams. A massive congrats to the winner, Aaron from Cardiff. And if you missed your chance to win the F80 M3, don't worry, because this Sunday you can win this Rolex watch here. I say this Sunday, it's actually tonight. Tonight at 9 PM, I'm going to be going live on the Planet of Dreams Instagram to announce the winner of this watch, brand new from a local store, and it's a lovely thing. Could be yours for just 3p. Get one entry for free as well. Dream catchers, you are already automatically entered, all right? Planet of Dreams, links in the description below. Good luck. I'm so pleased with how that car's looking. It looks so good. Big shout out to EAG. If you want your F80 M3 looking like that, give them a shout. I'm wandering over here because apparently the M5's over here somewhere. Is it over here? I look forward to getting back in it. I've been driving that Range Rover, the high mileage Range Rover, which is a nice car, but it's all about the M5. We've still not yet solved this annoying rattle, which is a little bit frustrating. I say a little, it's fine. It's not even frustrating, it's fine. But it's going to be exciting getting to the bottom of it. So Amar's jumping in the F80, I'm jumping in the M5. We're going to head back to Binker. And it is Friday and the yard is absolutely jam-packed. Like, we have got no space. The grass lawn at the front here is just packed out with cars. Can't put one there because obviously the drain is there. In fact, this needs cutting. This literally needs cutting. It's just grown up overnight, so we'll try and get that done this weekend. In fact, Paul's in this weekend. He's the right man for the job there. I'm wandering over in this direction because, do you know what I was going to say? I've had a lot of car traders say to me this week, it's dead. We're not selling no cars. It's been a bloody nightmare. For us, I'll be honest with you, it's been a very active week. We've had plenty going on. I think part of the problem is you've got to get cars bought, you've got to get cars prepped, get them advertised, and the phone will ring, and generally you'll do deals. Obviously the market does fluctuate from month to month, but it's all about just being proactive, getting as much done as you can, getting as much advertised as you can, and the calls will come, customers come, and we'll get things sold. Obviously we do a lot on social media, of course. That's why you lot are here. And we do get a hell of a lot from social media. Majority, I say the majority, the amount of cars that we buy through social media specifically, obviously you can't sell cars without buying them, is from social media. It's crazy how many cars we buy through social media. But I'm wandering over here anyways, because this C-Class Merc is a C-Class convertible. We've took a deposit on that car, customers looked at it and stuff. It was actually a couple of days ago. There's an issue with the roof. It's open, it's open. Let me show you this. So if we go inside, Amar, just point the camera up in that corner there, right up in the corner where the roof meets the window, yeah? You can almost see, like, it's a bit baggy and there's a bit of string there. The roof's all fine, it works, does everything as it should. The car's nice and nice as well. In fact, we've got the seat re-trimmed. So we've got the car to a trimmer, a local trimmer. And yeah, I've said about this before in previous videos, these Mercedes leather, they're not very good. So we've had that seat retrimmed. It's all very nice, and we had the trimmer look at the roof as well, but basically the guy with the trimmer, he wasn't on it. So I spoke to another trimmer who's a friend of mine. I'm not going to start talking brands, but another trimmer who's a friend of mine, who's been on the channel a few times, and he said, Cal, your best bet with that is get it back to Mercedes. It's actually a common fault. Mercedes can sort it. Sometimes it might be covered under their, not even warranty, maybe it is a warranty, I don't know, like it's a manufacturer fault, but it needs to go back to Mercedes. Failing that, it's basically got to come off and be realigned. It's an alignment issue, which is very, very annoying. Customer's keen to just take the car, so we'll hopefully get that concluded this weekend. Customer might take it at a reduced price, or otherwise they're gonna have to be patient. We're gonna have to go get it fixed elsewhere. Yeah, weekend's coming, man. Saturday tomorrow, we're gonna sell some cars, then it's Sunday. You never know with a Saturday or a Sunday which one's gonna be the busier one. Usually it's the Saturday, but last weekend, the Sunday was just mental. So let's just see how the weekend unfolds. Before everyone goes, we're not going to get on to Saturday yet. This Golf R's just come in, lovely car, 64 plate, don't actually know the mileage off the top of my head, pretty sure it's a low mileage car, lovely, lovely thing, done 45,000 miles, it's a manual gearbox car, 3-door on Pretorias. This would have been the similar spec car to my famous Golf R. A regular customer has come down to look at that car, he wants to buy it, I think he might be buying it this weekend actually. He's got a really interesting part exchange, really, really interesting thing. I'm going to try and get him to come down this weekend with that car because I want to have a look at it. He wants a lot of money for it, but it'd be good to get him on camera, have a chat with him about his car. And I say, I'm hoping we get a deal done, but the only way we're going to get a deal done is if we can get the money right. Either way, he wants to buy that anyway, but let's hope that that happens throughout the weekend as well.
So it's Saturday morning and something negative has happened. But we're not going to be talking about that subject in this video. So for now, let's just continue as planned.
Ben, the customer that's interested in the Golf R, has just pulled up in his part exchange. This is a really interesting car. So let's go check that out. Let's do some positive stuff today. Get some deals done, make some customers happy, and hopefully earn some money as well.
So we did have a really positive weekend at Bincar, and I did manage to get a deal done on that Golf R. A separate video will be coming soon on the channel where you'll see the car that we took in as a part exchange. But something quite, I don't want to be too over the top, but quite negative, very frustrating, happened over the weekend that again is best placed as its own separate video. This situation has been happening quite a lot with us with content, and it's always difficult choosing which piece of content should be a standalone video and which should form part of a weekly vlog. Either way, that video will be going live next Sunday. And to conclude this video, we sold loads over the weekend, bought a few more. I do want to say a massive thanks to everyone who supports us at Bincar, and also back to the review situation. We're very grateful to each and every one of you that has given us a 5-star review. Thank you so much. We're a growing family business. We've been trading for over 15 years now, and we're very proud of how the journey has gone. We do take your feedback seriously. Well, most of it. That's everything for this vlog. The only other thing I wanted to mention was the Merc with the issue with the roof. The customer decided they wanted to take the car as it was at a reduced price and sort the issue themselves. They're really happy with the car, and they have since left us a 5-star review. Lovely jubbly. With regards to fire safety, you wouldn't believe it, but we actually had a small fire at Bincar shortly after the inspection. Luckily I was there myself and I spotted it and quickly put the fire out. Fire safety is something that is extremely important and something that none of us should overlook, and we have since taken all of the appropriate measures to ensure that fire safety is tip top at Bincar. A massive thanks to everyone for watching. I will link Car Vertical in the description below for anyone wanting to do a used car check, and Planet of Dreams for anyone wanting to win a little prize for free. Hit subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.